Right now on Up with KREM, primary election results are being tallied. Who currently leads key races here in eastern Washington?
Hot and hazy is the story again today, but there is a bit of relief in the forecast. We're talking cooler temperatures that arrive just in time for the weekend.
The CDC has signed an order moratorium extension.
By the time it gets litigated, we'll probably give some additional time.
The latest effort to help renters that need it.
It's an iconic building. Roller Valley almost closed back in 2017 when the longtime owner passed away. A company called TDR Logistics came in and saved Roller Valley, but now they're reconsidering that decision.
Up with KREM starts right now.
Hey there, happy Wednesday. The teleprompter says Tuesday. Channing and I both looked at each other like,
no.
Wait, hold on. We're not going to anchor van ourselves here.
Right?
Yeah, glad to have you here with us, friends. As you know, we are welcoming Channing to the show. We're so glad to have you here. And we're learning more about Channing a little bit each half hour, and it's been fun. So this question is, Channing, what's your favorite dipping sauce?
Ooh, I know we had a hot take earlier because somebody on the team, we won't name names, does not like ranch.
It's gross. It's not gross.
It's delicious.
Ranch is gross.
It's delicious. I'd say probably I have to do something like random, like maybe jalapeno ranch or something. Like
that sounds wonderful.
Yes.
A lot of good ranch options here in Spokane. We actually had a segment on that. We'll have to show it to you a little bit later in the show. All right, we'll get to know Channing a little bit more also throughout the week. Absolutely.
In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a live look outside right now because the big story of the day in the last few days has been the air quality here in the inland Northwest. Now, wildfire smoke has blanketed our area for the last couple of days, and take a look. This is downtown Spokane, and it's not looking as bad as it has the previous days. I'll say it looks a little better.
A little better. You can a faint little bit of blue sky there.
Yeah.
Well, right now we are seeing an improvement in air quality in eastern Washington and North Idaho. Both areas are currently in the moderate to unhealthy for sensitive groups range right now. You can see lots of orange and yellow, which is much better than yesterday. Yesterday was all red.
Yes.
All right, let's get to Jeremy now in the Weather Center. Okay, we called you out for not liking ranch.
Yeah, here's how this one breaks down. No, I get to defend myself. All right, so you take like milk or buttermilk and you mix in like salt, pepper, onion, garlic, a few other herbs and spices, and then you're like, oh, that looks pretty good. Let's go add a bunch of mayo to it and then put it on lettuce.
When you put it that way, it sounds
gross. Why do you have to say it like that?
But it's delicious.
Ranch is delicious.
Hot take with Jeremy.
The viewer comments are just streaming in right now. It's both ends of the spectrum. People are like, ranch is amazing. They're texting in. They're saying, no, ranch is awful. So
okay, but we also, you know, we're a brand new team together, so we also want to know what's your favorite dipping sauce, Jeremy. Let us know.
My favorite dipping sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
I'm like a hot sauce person.
Hot sauce.
Hey now.
Hot sauce.
Love good hot sauce.
Saucy. Let's get into some
you are being saucy today.
Let's get into some of that saucy weather earlier on this morning. We've got a reduction in air quality out there, and temperatures on the mild side. We're already up to 76 degrees here in Spokane. I keep hitting refresh on the air quality website, and I'm telling you it's getting better in a lot of locations. Not necessarily for us just yet, but Sandpoint, enjoy it for us, please. You got some moderate air quality up there. Coeur d'Alene, you're sitting in the unhealthy for sensitive groups, and out in central Washington, places like Wenatchee and Moses Lake, you're at moderate as well. Things are improving around the region, but we are still unhealthy for sensitive groups. That's the case over in Coeur d'Alene as well. And expect smoke to kind of ebb and flow the next couple of days. That's just the way it's going to be until we get a big atmospheric forcer to kind of blow all that smoke and clear it out. But for now, that's kind of where we stay. We got a couple of showers off to the north. Those showers are remnants of some thunderstorms that we saw overnight. Those now winding down and moving into Canada. I really think we're pretty much done with that activity, and then the sun comes out later on today. Expect another round of thunderstorms as we get into the day tomorrow. Not overly widespread, but they are going to be there. Temperatures on the rise. We're in the mid to upper 90s later on this afternoon. And yep, it is hot enough that we have heat advisories in place. I'll let you know more about that coming up in just a bit.
Well, right now, votes are being counted for Washington's primary election.
And we know, of course, you guys want to see as much of the results as you can, so let's go ahead and take a look.
Now, first up, we have Spokane City Council District 1, Position 2. Right now, Jonathan Bingle holding the majority of votes with 47%.
Now for Position 2, Zach Zapone is leading the race after the first ballot count with 43% of the vote. He's followed by Mike Lish with 29% of the vote there. There were actually so many candidates in this race that we needed several screens to show you just everyone.
So moving on now to Spokane Valley City Council. Current Spokane Valley Mayor Ben Wick is leading the race for position number 4 after the first ballot count with 60% of the vote.
Now for Position 5, incumbent Pam Haley has a strong 48% lead over all of the rest of the candidates there.
And for the final race for Spokane Valley City Council, Laura Patton has a slight lead over incumbent Linda Thompson for position 7. A handful of other key elections are also up for a vote.
That's right. Now, so to find out the latest election results in your area, all you have to do is text us the word election to our number. It's, wait, I just blanked now. 509-448-2000. Nice, we got it.
You're going to memorize that one in your sleep.
Absolutely. So you can go ahead and text us the word election and we'll get you all of the latest election results right there to your phone. Well, a business that's been open almost 50 years in Spokane Valley is now potentially closing.
Yeah, a lot of people sharing their memories of this place too. Nicole Hernandez is live at Roller Valley now to explain why this skating rink is in danger. Good morning, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So back in 2017, Roller Valley almost closed because the longtime owner passed away, but the company TDR Logistics came in, they bought the building, and they realized just how much the community supported Roller Valley, so they decided to keep it as a roller rink. Now, though, TDR Logistics is considering changing this spot into a storage facility instead of a roller rink, and you can see that permit request that they put into the city of Spokane Valley here on your screen. But there is a local boxing club owner. He is Shad Kramer, and he wants to buy the building. He says getting into Roller Valley would help their programs in the community get even bigger, and he would actually keep the roller rink going on the weekends.
I would keep the ring in the middle and put live musicians in the ring, and then let everybody skate around the ring. And it'd just be the coolest.
Coming up in just the next half hour, I'll explain exactly why local experts think that Roller Valley closing could actually be trouble for local at-risk youth. In Spokane Valley, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
It's time for your morning rush now. More news in less time.
A Chatteroy family is seeking answers as to what caused all 3 of their family dogs to die suddenly last week. The family says it happened after they swam in the Little Spokane River next to their home. They believe blue-green algae may be the cause. So, of course, we look to the WSU College of Veterinary Medicine for answers.
The problem with blue-green algae is it's actually a bacterial toxin that can affect dogs, and it can be really quite deadly to dogs. I think it can be really hard to know. There are case reports of dogs dying paracutely, so really suddenly like that.
Now the Washington State Department of Ecology will investigate samples from the river.
A Bellingham woman pleaded guilty to tampering with railroad tracks in Whatcom County in November of 2020. Her alleged accomplice will soon stand trial. It's essentially terrorism, but it's actually called violence against a railroad carrier. Court documents revealing the 2 allegedly placed shunts on the tracks, and those shunts have the capability of disabling safety features.
Yeah, knowingly impairing the operation of a rail signal is a federal crime. It's considered a terrorist attack or act of violence against a railway.
Well, terrorism that targets a railroad facility is punishable by up to 20 years in prison and includes a $250,000 fine.
If you've been having trouble getting to your pet in to see a veterinarian, you're not alone. Vet offices across the country are overwhelmed, including right here in Washington. A recent study showed pet ownership jumped 20% during the pandemic. COVID restrictions and understaffing are causing problems for many pet owners.
We do not want you to wait weeks to get your pet to the veterinary clinic. We're doing the best that we can. We still care tremendously. We're trying to figure out ways to see everybody. And sometimes that might look different than you're used to seeing.
The best advice at the moment is to make an appointment, even if it's something small, before it turns into a bigger issue. Now that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's going on in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM. Still ahead, overnight a new wildfire broke out in Okanogan County. What we now know about evacuations for the Walker Creek fire this morning.
And of course, we're going to take you outside. We're going to talk heat advisories and what to expect in the days to come as we get a shift in the weather pattern. That's going to bring about cooler temperatures by this weekend, highs in the 70s. That's real.